Hi, welcome. I'm Aubrey, and this is my little corner of the internet where there's not enough time for my time consuming hobbies. This is Joy Knits. Today I have a podcast episode for you, and I'm super excited to show you what I've been making recently. Okay, so first things first, I finished my Wolf Lake sweater here that I am wearing. I'll pop up a few photos, some B-reel, all that good stuff. I made this myself. It is the Wolf Lake sweater because I wanted a sweater that, you could wear in the summer with cooler months, like around a fire or whatever. And this was it. So this is made out of Lana Grossa Elastico, which is like 96% cotton and then 4% elastic. So it is fairly stretchy and it's a really good like cotton, well, not alternative, but like a really good cotton yarn that kind of gives you a little elasticity for your hands because you don't want your hands to hurt that much. And so I did this in the color sky blue. And then all the finishings here are in a Italian bind off. First off, I am making a test knit or a pattern for this, and the test knit is now available. You can follow the link down below for the Google form and has all more of the details, but I will give you a little bit here. So it is a 22 stitch gauge on 4mm needles, like the perfect DK weight and lightweight V-neck sweater. It is a drop shoulder, again with a V-neck and 1x1 ribbing finishings. And there are 10 sizes. I will put what the size range is here. I can't remember what my size range is, but I want to say 30 some mid 30-inch bust to like higher 60s maybe. But yes, I'll put this size range up here. So the test knit is going to go from July 17th to October 3rd. And I want to give like a good ample time for this because I do want this pattern to be beginner friendly. It is a drop shoulder construction. There are short rows involved. So, that might be a little bit iffy for a beginner, but yeah, I don't think this would be like the first sweater a knitter would make, but definitely like maybe the second or third. Once you get the short rows down, it's pretty easy and simple from there on out because it's just a back panel and then you make the front panels along with shaping the v-neck and then you join in the round, knit the body, knit the sleeves, and then there are some decreases on the sleeves. I'm not sure if you saw that when I was showing you the color. Yeah, so there are some decreases here. So it is a tapered sleeve and oh, I love this so much. I did make one like last summer. It's a purple and white striped one. I can put up a photo of it here as well. That was my first sample of it, and then I wrote up the pattern with this one. So there are a couple like number changes with that one, but like a couple, like one or two changes with stitches. So yeah, I'm super proud of this. It has 0 to 2 inches of positive ease or 0 to 5 centimeters of positive ease. I wanted this to be a like closer fitting, but comfy v-neck sweater, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's why that's the positive ease. And of course you can change of course you can change what size you want if you want more positive ease or less, if you want it more really tight fitting if you like. But so I'm a 37-inch bust, and so I knit the size 3, which I know is a 38.5 finished bust circumference. And I'm getting about that here. I do like it having a little bit of a tighter fit. I am wearing like a bra that kind of like is a push-up bra just a little bit. And so, it might be fudging the bust just a little bit, but I don't mind that at all. And I have gained like just a little bit of weight with nursing school since casting this on. So I probably would be a size up now, but this still fits me and I love it so much. And I hope you guys do too. Please go ahead and fill out that form, even just showing interest. This is my first design and I am so nervous and I'm like putting myself out there into the design world. I know this is a super basic v-neck sweater. I know that, but I made it with my own maths and I did all the work. You should see the Excel spreadsheet. I don't know how the hell I did that. sometimes I would take a break and go back to it, and I'm just like, what does that number stand for? What the hell? So, yeah, you can also check out my Instagram page because there will be an announcement for there too. Also, just showing interest or like posting it on your stories. Yeah, just interest is really what I want at the moment. And of course, testers, duh. But yeah, go ahead and follow that link down below for the testnet application and go look at my Instagram as well. But let's get into the other finished objects. So another one I finished is the Jaunty Shawl by Andrea Mowry, and this is for my grandma. It's her Christmas gift, so I doubt my grandparents are going to be watching this, but if you are, don't see. I already showed you, but don't look. So yeah, this is the Jaunty Shawl. It is out of Pavlova by Little Fiber Co. I spun that up, and so that's the darker blue. And then the lighter blue is, I believe, a Cascade Heritage 6. And another like really light sky blue for this. I really like it. It's not like the biggest because I was playing yarn chicken with my hand spun. So it is just like a very, it's a smaller scarf or shawl. I won't like put this on, but I really like the fisherman or the half rib here that you can see. And I love the dark blue areas. Yeah, I really like it. And it's not a like straight up triangle because I did knit flat for a little bit just to try and save on yarn because I didn't want this to get too big and then short, if that makes sense. Because having a short and large shawl, I don't think is the vibe. So yeah, that was the Jaunty shawl. And that is a Christmas gift for my grandma. So thankfully I have that off my roster of gifts to do. I am kind of in like gift knitting mode because of school happening in the fall and it's the pharmacology quarter. And so I know for a fact I'm going to be busy and I kind of just need all of my gift knits kind of out of the way. So this isn't the most professional way to dry your yarn, your hand spun yarn, but I did finish this hand spun. It is 300 grams of Peruvian Highland wool by Wool of the Andes Knit Picks. This is in the Bittersweet Heather color. It is a sport weight 2-ply. Can't tell if, there you go. That's probably more of like a DK weight, and then now you can see it's not like the most even. Of course, spinning is never going to be like commercially even, but there's about 300 meters of this in here, and this is 200 grams. And I wanted to make a slipover out of this. I thought I would have enough. I don't, but so I did order two more of these to spin up to then get around 600 meters to then make a slipover because I really want to slip over in this dark chocolate brown. I think that would look amazing. Yeah, that's my first spinning finished object. My second one is this. So this is also the Peruvian Highland Wool of the Andes Knit Picks. This is in the color Onyx Heather. This is again a 2-ply, and I got about 150 meters and 100 grams. And this is also like between a sport and fingering weight, so I got this fairly thin. I have a bunch of these that I want to make a sweater out of. So I'm starting my sweater spin. That was one of my goals for 2026. And I really liked it. It actually spun up beautifully. There would be points where it kind of would just like, I would draft it like too thin and then would just like go away. So I'd have to like, redo it and then kind of reply it or redraft it, re-spin it together. That's the word. But yeah, I really like this so far. This is kind of a like blue dark gray, if that makes sense. In this, like on the camera right now, it looks very dark gray, but in person, it's more blue gray. I am making a project vlog out of this, so that will be coming once I probably finish this spin or probably finish the sweater. I'm not sure when it'll come out. But yeah, I did order some more because I had 5 of these and doing the math from the bitters, like the chocolate one and then this, If 100 grams are getting me 150 meters, and I have 5 of them in total, minus this one, or plus this one, so 5 in total, that's 150 meters times 5. I can't do that math right now, but I know it's less than, well, okay, I can do easy math. With the 300 meters of 200 grams, with my bitter, like the chocolate one, and that was with 200 grams, that was 2, so then 4 would get you around 600, plus another 150, that would get you 750 meters. And yeah, that's not enough for a sweater in a fingering like sport weight. So yeah, I bought, Nitpicks is having their like up to 60% off sale at the moment, and so I got more of these and they're like $5. And normally they're 9, and so it's a pretty good steal. I got 3 more of the Onyx Heather to get like a total of 8, because then that'll get me about 1200 meters, and then 2 more of the chocolate ones to get me up to 600 meters for a slip over for that. But yeah, those were my finished objects. Okay, so my first whip is the book clip pullover by Sari Nordlund. I did have this started a while back ago, and I forgot to show it in like my whip or frog video, which is my previous one. Or did I show? No, I had, yeah, I think I had this. But yeah, this is where we're at right now. I did just do a little bit extra, so I think I just done that part. But yeah, it's slowly going. I really would want this for the fall, so that's why I'm picking it up now. And also, I want to cast on something new so bad. So I'm picking up one of my hibernating whips to try and offset that. It is a Knit Picks. Oh, what is it? One of the Knit Picks yarns, and it's in the color Wilbur. And Simply Worsted. Simply Worsted? Yeah, I think it's in there Simply Worsted or Simply Wool yarn. Again, I will put that up here if I'm wrong, but I know it's in the color Wilbur. And it's a fairly like rustic yarn, but not too rustic. But yeah, and I also had this in this cute little brown bag that I made for this because I wanted to kind of keep it with the theme of brown. I actually love this little quilt block I made though. It's really cute. So that's the book club pullover. So I did end up frogging my Arundel pullover and casted it on with the new yarn. I only got like a little bit of waves though on it. Oops. Yeah, this is all I have of it so far. Probably like a couple of rows of color work. But yeah, I like this so much better. This is in Coast to Coast Shaniko DK in the color Button. And then this is the yarn that I frogged. This is the Koigu Origins in this really lovely blue, like tonal that's slightly variegated. Yeah, and that's going to be the Arundel pullover. It's on 4mm needles. I am liking it so far. I just have to get like back into it because I had so much. If you watch last week's video, I was already past like, I was halfway through the steek bridges for the armholes. And I think I had like maybe 5 or 6 more centimeters to go before I was going to do like the neck decreases. So I was a good fair like ways away. But yeah, it was just way too yellow of the yarn, like the white yarn that I chose was way too yellow for my liking. And so yeah, I got the button and I think that's going to be way better. But yeah, this is kind of a hibernating whip and kind of a like when I need a color work fix, I'll work on that. So it's not like too important, but I also would like to wear it for this upcoming snowboarding season. So we will see. Next this is honestly the bag of my gift knits. So there's about 3 in here. Okay, this one's first. So this, Emily, if you are watching, don't look. This is a baby blanket for my friend Emily's friend who is having a baby in September. This is it so far. Kind of big, and it is just garter stitch. And it's out of this yarn. This is like the acrylic yarn from Hobby Lobby. I can't remember what color it is, but it is, the theme for that baby is ducks, and green, brown, and yellow are kind of the themes, and so I think I got it all. But this is kind of like a teal, but I think it won't matter in this blanket because it's adorable so far. And it is on 5mm needles. So, and I have 2 of these to work through, and I'm gonna work this through until I run out of yarn, really. So yeah, that's a priority-ish since the baby's due in September and it's already like the beginning of July. And so I will be working on this. Next is my grandpa's Musselboro hat. I have gotten a good ways with this. As you can see, and I hope you can, it is so fuzzy. It is held with 2 yarns. One is the Cumulus mohair or Surrey. I can't remember what yarn this is. And then this is the Cascade Heritage sock base in this really dark navy. I'm holding these together, and that's what that like marling is here. But it's not like in person, you can't really see it. The dark blue really takes over, and I think this is such a good pairing. And it is so soft. So I'm almost done with like just the stockinette portion, and then I'll do the decreases. And this does kind of seem like a fairly thick hat, but my grandpa kind of has a big head, so I think it'll be fine. And he also is a big Michigan fan, and so I will be embroidering like a yellow M on it once I finish it and I fold it and I figure out where the fold is because I want it to be like right here as the M. So yeah, we will figure that out, but I think I still have a couple of inches of stockinette to go until I can start the decreases. So, and then this one, so the reason why my grandparents gifts, so this is for my grandpa and the grandma that I made the scarf for. The reason why I want to get those out of the way, not only just to get gift knits out of the way, but also we're going to see them in September, and I want to be able to give it to them in September so that they can wear it because they live in Michigan. I want them to be able to actually wear it while like the fall and winter is happening and not just give it to them mid Christmas and then they only have like 2 or 3 months to wear it. So yeah, that's why this is kind of like a rush on my needles. Like I'm just a little stressed with my knitting because I have so many gift knits on my needles, but at the same time, like they're so personal gifts for me that I don't mind. Like, yes, I was talking to my boyfriend last night, sorry, side rant, about all the yarn that I have in my bins over there. Every single yarn, minus like a couple of skeins, has a plan. And I want to get like 3 or 4 sweaters out of it this year. And like, I want these certain sweaters for the fall and winter. But, you know, I have these gift knits that I want to be working on. And I also have nursing school. And I knew nursing school, it was going to take like a really big hit on my knitting. And I knew that. But I also just didn't know. Like, I don't like that it's taken such a hit. And I know it's during the summer. But that's like for gift knits. Anyways, I love gift knitting, but at the same time, I like knitting for myself way more, and I think a bunch of other knitters can agree. But yeah, that's the hat for my grandpa. Hopefully, by the time we talk again, I'm on the decreases. I'm not gonna have it finished because I know myself, but yeah. And then another gift knit. Oh, don't lose stitches. This. Okay, so if you are any part of my family, my mom, dad, or sister, don't watch this because these are your Christmas presents. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, my sister, Mimi, so they're all getting socks for Christmas. And Woolberry Fiber Co. a couple months ago was having their final like farewell collection. And I was like, oh, you know what? I want to try Woolberry Fiber Co. yarn, and let's just get socks out of the way, or like sock yarn at least. And so I got White Way of Delight in their berry sock base. And I'm making the cider house socks for my sister and my mom. They're gonna have matching socks but different colors. Um, this is it so far. So we got 2x1 ribbing here, and then we have these gorgeous cables that I actually really like. The thing is though, my cable needle is this stitch marker, is this yellow stitch marker, and that is also helping me track how many rows I've done before we can cable again. So this I've never done cable socks actually. This is my first time doing them, and I'm not sure entirely how I feel about them because it is fairly finicky, but I know I'm gonna probably love this once I'm done. And I have to make 4 of these because my mom and sister, they're gonna have the same socks, just different colors. So I've been so yeah, that's kind of, and you can see the cable there. So that's marking where the cable is, and then I'll use that to cable all of the stitches here and kind of just put it, yeah, because I don't have a small enough cable needle for this. And this is on 2.25 millimeter needles, and this is their large size, I think. And I think it's like 69 stitches. Because normally I'm like a 60-inch or 64-inch stitch. What? 64 stitch sock or 60 stitch sock. And so I cast it on the 60, and I was just like, that is so small. Yeah, we're gonna have to like go up a size. And so the cuff is fairly stretchy, but I'm not sure like how stretchy the cables will be. But I also, like, my sister has a smaller feet than me, but I also don't think it's that big of a problem. If the sock will fit and like get over her heel and stuff, I don't think she'll have that much of a problem of it being tight. Like fitting to her foot. My big thing with socks is when they get too loose. And of course too tight when you can't get them over your foot. But yeah, if I'm gonna put all this work in, I want her to actually be liking them and wear them. So yeah, those are my cider house socks so far. And I really would like to try and use all 100 grams of this. Because normally with socks, what, you have like 75, even like you use 70 grams of it or something. So I think I'm gonna make the leg fairly long and then do the foot. Yeah, hopefully I use all 100 grams. If I'm just also worried because this is a cuff down. If I do the leg too long and like her foot, and then also do the other one, like that's kind of what happened with Jacob's socks. And I know I held it double, but like I got halfway through, like because I thought I made the cuff large enough for his sock, or like the leg, yeah, the leg part of it. I thought I made it long enough because it was ribbing, and his calves are kind of big, so I didn't want to have like a super short sock. And I ran out of yarn. So I don't know. I just don't want to run out of yarn for this. I will say though, the pattern photos, for this, because this is by Summer Lee, the Cider House socks. I will say they are a little deceiving because I didn't know. Because I also didn't look at the Ravelry pages, but I didn't know there was this like horseshoe cable. I thought it was all these. And once I did the pattern, I kind of just like, really? Like, I didn't want that, but I guess. But yeah, it kind of makes sense because this is the top of the foot, but there's also 2 extra stitches for this. And I know, like, in cut and socks, two extra stitches is a lot, but at the same time, well, it'd be 4 extra because it's on the same, it's mirrored. I think it'll be fine. I'm just complaining to complain about something. But yeah, that's that. That's actually all I have other than some acquisitions. So I bought this cashmere yarn off of Facebook Marketplace, and it is 100% cashmere. It is in these 2 cones. I believe there's different dye lots because it's like a gray green, and I'm gonna hold them together because this is also lace weight, and so I'll get like a fingering weight out of them. I was trying to debate of what I would make out of this, because I kind of bought it just to buy cashmere yarn. I did freeze them. So y'all know. Yeah, and I'm kind of thinking of making like the fleur tee when I am ready for a summer knit next year. So I don't think I'll be able to make it this year because this is very much fingering weight, and it'd have to be like on 3 millimeter needles or whatever the millimeter needle size is for it. I think this will be a next year project, but I just wanted to show y'all that I got this cashmere yarn. It does soften up though with blocking. I did make a little swatch to try and see like how it would kind of bloom or what would it would do when it would block, and it does get softer. So, because I was kind of feeling this, and I'm like, this does not feel like cashmere. And there's also no labels in here, so I don't know if like I got ripped off or anything. But it's cone yarn and it was fairly cheap. So yeah. All right. So that's actually all I have for y'all today. Remember that the Wolf Lake Testament is down below, and I do. If you made it this long, thank you. I know today was super rambly and I was kind of all over the place, so thank you for dealing with that. Um, and I also, my Monica sweater, I am also writing up the pattern, or it is written up, but I'm still trying to like make it a little bit better. And so that test knit should be coming soon as well, because I would also like to get that going. And I'm also so proud of that one. I think that's one of the most, like, I'm so proud of that one. But yeah, that should be coming soon. Reminder, do the Wolf Lake test knit down below. Give a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.